Opt in for a chance to get Carolina Diamond Dr. Rogers 1 month gift membership and access to exclusive perks. Opt in now. Hello, hello, hello. For the one that just came in the chat, happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm in here laughing at my darn self. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hopefully we'll have a few to come in tonight. I don't plan on staying on here long tonight, this evening. Come on in my room. Oh, shoot. Come on in my room. Thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Y'all come on in. Come on. I always have this thing too high, huh? Hold on. Come on in my room. Oh. Deanna, hey. How you doing? Okay, that's working right there. There we go. There we go. Demetra, what is going on, ladies? Shout out to our certified dime up in the building. Angie, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Y'all overlook a sister because I am tired, okay? But it's been so much going on today. Like, what? And the entire flip. Carla, hey, Carla. How you doing? 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 Y'all welcome. Again, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Y'all, I'm sitting up here tripping. I'm sitting up here laughing at myself because y'all know I stay on this porch. And I got 2 bites on my arm. And I'm sitting up here like, oh, Lord, it's the monkeypox. Oh, jeez. I don't need no problems. I don't need no problems. I don't need no problems. I tell you, it feel like Monday. I got a bite right here and a bite right here. Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me. that child, pray for me. Woo, I don't need no problems. I don't need no problems. I don't need no problems. Child. Come on in. Come on in. Y'all. I'm sitting up here trying to get a little bit of work done today. I mean, y'all know how Monday go. You know, sometimes you work and sometimes the work works you on Monday. At least that's how my Mondays go. Man, listen, I'm sitting up here. I'm like, they better not try to hit me up on Teams today. Today ain't the day. Today ain't the day, okay? Listen, I just took my headscarf off so I could be halfway decent coming on this live. You heard me? I was all tied up. I was wrapped up. I was tied up. I was tangled up. I just took it off. I'm like, what is going on up in here? So I'm sitting here, you know, just watching. It was like so much stuff. I come on YouTube for 1 minute, y'all. You got somebody that stole somebody's car. They got the police chase going on. I'm thinking that we back on some O.J. Simpson time. The boy, he done got out, ran. They watching him on the helicopters, or how the old folks say, the helichopters. They watching him on the helichopters. I'm watching him on the helicopters. I'm like, bro, where you going? We watching you. We watching him cut through the trees and doing all this maneuvering. He was on it too. He was, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna go that way. He reminded me of this TikTok video where the dude was like, you fast, but you ain't fast enough. He was getting it. He was hopping over clotheslines and hopping over fences and over the river and through the woods. I mean, he was getting it. And the child, yeah, he was getting it. Then the Joker got tired, and we watched him run in somebody's backyard and kneel down in their backyard beside the air conditioner. He took him like a 10, not even 10 minutes, took him about a 5-minute break. And we watched him from the helicopter. We watched him from the helicopter. So he stood there, and the voice inside his head must have said, "This ain't a smart move." So he got up. He's like, "Okay, yeah." And the commentator on the thing, y'all, he was hilarious. He was like, "Yeah, he's not gonna last long. It's pretty hot out there." He never lied. That Joker went. He was like, "Yeah, he's not gonna make it." It was kind of like Set It Off when they were watching the people on Set It Off. Yeah, so he was like, "Yeah, he's not gonna make it." But he made it over the fence. There's like, "Oh, he got some energy from somewhere, so he's going." He's going. Then he ends up on the trail, and I'm like, "Okay, go Forrest, run Forrest, run Forrest, run." So he going, and then I guess he ran out of gas. He ran out of gas, and the car pulled up behind him, and he cut another way, and then the car pulled up in front of him, and he cut another way. He ran up under the trees in somebody's yard, and that was the end. So then we sitting up there, because now the helicopter can't see what's going on under the trees. So all you see is a bunch of cops running up under the trees or whatever. I'm like, "Oh Lord, don't let this be. We don't need nothing bad happening on the news now." So you got all these people running up under the trees, can't nobody see what's going on. Then you see some officers getting their car and they leave. So now the commentator, shout out to the commentator. I don't remember what channel that was, but let me tell you something. If I'm ever in a police chase, he need to be the commentator for me. So the commentator was like, "Oh, I think he got away. We don't see him. Nothing came from under the trees. We didn't see him come." So now he got the people, the eye in the sky. He got them looking in people yards and all up under the trees. And the boy sitting right there in the cop car. He right there in the squad car, because they done put him, while he was perusing all up in the bushes and stuff, they done put the boy in the cop car. But that commentator, he was on it, doggone it. That commentator said, "Oh, it looks like we have another pursuit." No, we don't. He pursued himself in that car in that air conditioner. He was done, son. He was done. He was done. But that commentator was still going, Bo. He was still going. So they let the lie run for a little minute. I'm like, y'all know he gone. It might have been in Chicago, child. I don't know where the thing took place, but I was too tickled. So we got that going on. And then had something. I turned to another station, because y'all know I was keeping up with what was going on with the stuff with the McMichaels and stuff, because I've been on that Ahmaud Arbery thing since it happened from the beginning. So I'm trying to make sure I'm staying on top of that. So I'm all up in Brunswick County trying to see what's going on with that. I wasn't physically there, but I was there. So I'm trying to see what's going to happen with old Travis and Greg and old Roddy Rod Papa over there. So let me give a quick thing on that. Y'all saw it on my page, but just in case you didn't see it on my page, let me give you this really quick. The two men, the son and the dad, Travis McMichael and Greg McMichael, and Roddy, they had already received life sentences from the state. They had already received life sentences. But you know that they also had those federal charges for violating his civil rights and committing different types of federal crimes against Ahmaud Arbery while they were out there trying to act like they were playing cops and robbers and whatever they had going on. So that federal judge, ma'am, that federal judge said she won't playing with them. She said, "I ain't got time to be fooling with y'all." And Travis come up in there with his attorney talking about, "We need some special treatment," because Travis is already being threatened on the state level, and people saying they're going to get him. And now, so we feel like he needs to be able to serve his time in a federal facility, because he has a better chance in a federal facility. They won't mess with him in a federal facility. That judge say, what was it? I know you effing lying. That judge said, no ma'am, no Sam, no ham, no tomatoes, no ketchup, no lemonade, no nothing. She said none of that. No, you gonna do this time. in this state facility because the state was the one that dealt with your stuff from the beginning. So we're going to let the state continue to handle it. Okay. They were hoping that since the federal government was involved, because, you know, a lot of times, you know, once they involved, they kind of take over. They like supersede a lot of stuff. But no, they said, no, we're going to let the state handle this. The state started it. The state going to finish it. So Travis, the son, and remember, Travis wasn't even out there. It was the daddy that initiated all this stuff and went and got Travis. Come on, son, grab your gun. And they gonna go and hunt somebody down like an animal. So Travis, the son, he was put in it by his dad. Now he had a choice to make. He could have stayed in the house and mind his business like he was supposed to do. I told you about people minding their business. But Travis, you know, decided to follow his dad out there, and his dad, you know, used to be a cop. He's still playing cops and robbers out here in his mind. I guess he was still a cop. He still had his weapon that was issued that he wasn't supposed to have, and that's what he went running with. That's a whole other story. But so you put your son in a whole situation, right? Well, they got a 2-for-1. So Travis, let's start with the daddy. Because let's start high. We're going to start high and go low. So Travis, the son, which was initially in the house, at the house, minding his business, and his daddy went and got him to go after Ahmaud. Travis got another life sentence. So that's 2 life sentences plus 10 years, okay? So the only way he going to make it to a federal facility is after he served his life sentence in the state. So he got to serve his life sentence in the state. And then once his life starts over, then he got to serve his life sentence in the federal system. Okay, what's up, Tirana? Okay, so he got life plus 10. That's Travis McMichael. Okay, now you're going to go down to the dad, okay? The ex-law enforcement, you know, that didn't keep up with his training. Everything had done expired. Used to work for, you know, the one of the attorney's offices doing some little, okay, him. So we got Gregory. So Greg, also, he had already received a life sentence with the state. So now with these federal charges, now Greg has received another life sentence. So again, that's another two life sentences plus 7 years for Greg. Now, Travis got life plus 10. Greg got life plus 7. I guess the judge said, you know what? You were the one that actually had the gun in your hand, so we're going to give you an extra 3. But daddy, you the one that put him out there, so we're going to give you the 7. So you got both of them that got 2 life sentences. Again, those sentences are going to be served in a state facility. Don't think, no, it's state. You going to stay your rump right there. That's where you already started, because they already started serving their state sentence. So they going to finish serving that state sentence. Now, again, they got to finish life. And once they finish life, then they can do a new life in the federal. Now, keep in mind that not only did both of them get life in that state sentence, but they got life without parole. So that's a wrap. That's a wrap. Now we're going to get the old Roddy Rod Piper that want to be driving around, again, inserting himself, putting his nose in some business that did not pay him. Well, it did pay him this time. Some business that had absolutely nothing to do with him, and he rolling around, and here he go, old Roddy Rod, okay? Roddy Rod should have stayed his butt at his house, sitting up here trying to run up behind people. That's what I'm saying. You got to let people do what they do and mind your business. Don't be inserting yourself in something. He went and inserted himself in something, didn't know what was going on, and people still sitting up here saying, oh, well, the boy went and he robbed some houses. That boy ain't have nothing on him but some jogging shorts, okay, some boots or something, some hot shoes. Like, there was no place on his body that he could hide anything that was stolen. He didn't even have a cell phone on him. So whatever they were claiming he stole, unless he put it in some places that are unmentionable, that's just a bunch of bull. That's a bunch of bull. So Roddy goes, he cornering him in every time Ahmad trying to go to different places. He done got him cornered in all these places. And at one point, he even kind of almost like pushed him in the ditch. Like Ahmad had to go down in the ditch to try to, get away from him. And Roddy, sitting up there, and Roddy goes and shows the video because he feels like the video, if he showed that, that's going to exonerate him. Like, I'm good because I showed them. All I did was chase him. Right, all you did was chase him. Y'all kidnapped him. Y'all held him hostage. Y'all held him hostage. That's exactly what y'all did. That's what you did, Roddy, with your vehicle. That's what you did. Okay? That's what Roddy Rod Piper did. So Roddy felt like Roddy threw them all the way under the bus. What's going on, Bird? Lisa, what's going on? Roddy threw them all under the bus. Roddy and his attorney said, bump that. He said, they racist. I ain't racist. So get them for being racist for what they did, but I ain't racist. I was just somebody that was being nosy that day. That's what Rodney's attorney said. So he wanted to make sure that Roddy was separated from them completely. I don't know how Roddy thought that was going to help him out because Roddy already had a life sentence. Now, let's be clear on this. Now, Roddy also has a life sentence with the state, but Roddy's sentence is not life without parole. So he has a chance of going in front of that parole board 25, 35, 45 years. He got a chance, to at some point in his life, he got a chance to go before that parole board, which Travis and Greg do not have. So, again, so what he got out of the federal situation, the judge sentenced him to 35 years of federal time. So once Roddy finished his life sentence, and again, he could end up going before the parole board because, the state federal systems, they're different. So, you got percentages. So he may have a chance. He may have a chance. No, he don't. No, it don't. Because even if he get parole from the state, he got to finish it up with that federal. All right, Lisa, have a good one. He got to finish it up with that federal. So he still, but yeah, his attorney tried to separate him. Like, Judge, look, I understand you gave them this time based on this, but we won't about all that. Our stuff didn't have anything to do with race relations. It didn't have, like, we culturally advanced. That's basically what he was trying to say. We good over here. He just got in somebody's business that he wasn't supposed to get in and jump in on something, and he didn't really know what was going on. Anyway, okay, between the three of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, between the three of them, they got 5 life sentences. Okay? They got 5 life sentences plus. And they may have life plus something on the state too. I'm not sure. I just know they got life on their state charges. But for the federal, they got 35. 35 plus 10, that's 45. And then 45 plus 7. What's that, 52? Y'all check my math. 45 plus 7. 45 plus 7. I think that's 52. So they got 5 years, 5 life sentences, plus 52 years between the three of them. Now, I don't know about y'all. And I don't know about them. But I wonder how they feel about the decisions that they made now. And the dad, they actually apologized to the mom today. Out of all, now you want to apologize. And I understand, we said this with some other situations too. When you got stuff going on, you can't really say that you did certain things because you still got court cases and stuff going on. So today they wanted to show a little bit of, humility. And the mom was like, you know what? I can accept your apology. But she told that judge, she told them attorneys, I still want them to go and serve their time in the state. Okay? I accept your apology, but you're going to do this state time. You're going to do this state time. And I'm glad that this stuff happened like this. See the mom's face, I feel like, and she actually said it. She said she felt like Ahmad is pleased. Like, if he was here today, that he would be pleased with the way that things happened and the outcome of what happened today. And she feels like this is some closure for their family. So for, people that felt like, oh, they just put this stuff out here and they're not really going to do anything, This time, this time, sadly, Ahmad, had to lose his life behind some foolishness. But there was some justice that came out of this. And you see some stuff happening, like the situation with George Floyd. There was some justice that came, and it's still coming down. Um, out of that, and we see the stuff that's going on with Breonna Taylor right now. We see that things have gone to a federal level. So even though they got away on the local level, you still got to deal with them folks. You still got to deal with them folks. So it's we still got some things going on. So that was one of the other things that was going on today. So I'm like going back and forth, switching back and forth, because I gotta see like what's going on. And then out here in these ATL streets, all up through these ATL areas, through the metro areas, like they done lost their minds, y'all. They done lost their mind. Don't let nobody fool you. Okay, coming to Atlanta is cool. Living in Atlanta, I mean actually in Atlanta, that's another story. I'm just gonna put that out there. Most of the people that come here, most of the people that migrate here, even the celebrities and people that stay here, don't let nobody fool you. They do these shows that say Atlanta. Them people don't stay in Atlanta. Yes, I said them people. They don't stay in Atlanta. They stay in the metro Atlanta, okay? They don't stay in Atlanta. Like, they ain't in Fulton County. Yeah, they ain't all up in don't let nobody fool you. They on the outskirts, okay? They in I'm about to say Dublin. They in Lord, I'm drawing a blank. McDonough. They in you got your stop bridges. They're in shoot, where I got my car from? Lord, I'm drawing a blank. Chad, where you from? Start with a D. I can't even think of the darn name right now. But they're in the surrounding cities. They're in what's considered Metro Atlanta. They are not downtown Atlanta. Okay. They're not there, but it's a lot of stuff going on here. Roswell, right. God, what can I think about? Where's this place at? Lawrenceville, like those places, like they like spread out, you know. They east of it, they west of it, they south of it, they north of it, but they not in it. They are not in it. So don't let nobody fool you. So if you're thinking about coming this way, make sure you look at the metro area of it all. But it's a lot of stuff going on. So they had a shooting last night at a park around here. 6 people were shot. A 6-year-old was shot. When I first saw the story yesterday, one person was no longer here. As of today, it's 2 people, a man and a woman. You got a child, a 4-year-old little girl, that they found on the interstate unalive. And when they first posted the story, it was like she was just sitting on the interstate by herself. But what happened was the mom, young mom, had her gun in the back seat. I don't understand why. Gun in the back seat, and she picked up the gun and was playing with the gun and shot herself. So you had that. I mean, it's a lot. Like a lot. You had it's just a lot. You got the minute somebody pulling up at a gas station, you got people jumping in, trying to hijack, and they trying to hijack the red lights, like just whatever. And as much as people love downtown, let me tell you something. Let me tell you about this girl right here. When I go downtown, I'm going to put that extra money in for you to go and park my car, and you going to watch my car till I come back out doing whatever I need to do. Okay? That's what we doing. That's what we doing. We're going to pay that little extra money. Because these people, you get them 5 minutes, your stuff is gone. Okay? your stuff is gone. People just crazy. And I'm like, that's why I stay away from the news. And I'm like, shoot, I don't even have to watch the news because it's right here on YouTube. Like, the minute you come on, it's like bam, 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 bam. So I'm looking at another story. Now, this was not here. This was not here. Hold on, let me do this real quick before I go into these other stories. Let's talk about the raid that they had. I think it was this morning. They done went and raided Trump residence. They done went in Mar-a-Lago. Okay. Trump, they done raided the Trump. They got Mar-a-Lago. Trump said they went in my safe. I ain't had no shoes or nothing, Jesus. Trump said I ain't had no shoes or nothing, Jesus. And I ran. He said I ran for my life. It's not funny, but I'm just sitting here and I'm tickled because I just, he kind of feel like he untouchable with some stuff. But yeah, them, the Alphabet Brothers, they done ran up in the spot. They ran up in the spot. They took his safe. He said they bust open everything. I'm saying. The news people contacted him and he did confirm that they ran up in the spot. I'm like, what else is going on? We got high-speed chases. We got people going up and raiding the former guy's house. We got all this stuff going on. Brenda, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Gospel Glam, yeah, I had to I didn't go to a senior citizen community, but I know how to find some spots that's up in the cut. So the only way you're gonna find me, you gonna have to put out a special all points bulletin, okay? Like it ain't somewhere where you just gonna just happen to roll up on me. Like I don't function like that. You're not just gonna happen to roll up, okay? If you roll up on me, it's intentional. It's intentional because I just can't. That's why y'all hear these crickets and stuff out here, okay? Because I ain't got time for all the extra stuff. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. But so I'm still looking at stuff. And another story, and this happened a couple days, might have been a week or so ago. But then you have this 12-year-old girl that I guess she was considered a hostage for a minute. She was a hostage, or you could say she was kidnapped. I don't know which category she would really fall in, but she had been tied to a bedpost in a room, and basically her mom's boyfriend had unalived the mom and the son. He unalived the mom and the son. And not only did he do that, then he went back and butchered them. He cut them up. He cut them up into small pieces. And they were still there. And what happened with the little girl, she ended up chewing her way out of the rope. She had braces, and she was able to use those braces to chew up that rope. I think he had her tied up for at least a week, and she was able to chew that rope off of her, and she was able to escape. And a car passing by saw her walking down the road by herself, and she told them what happened. They contacted the police. The police came to the house, and they're basically calling her a hero. And they went and picked the guy up. He was at work, construction worker, chilling at work. Like nothing happened. Like nothing at all happened. Even when I go on my daily walks, carrying my family with me, with my church. God, you better know what it is. You better know what it is. Y'all see, I be walking and I always have my little bag. I have my bag, child. You got to have a peace of mind. you got to have a peace of mind, child. You always got to have a little peace of mind. Got to have a little peace of mind. But yeah, it's no matter how nice your neighborhood is, child, you still got to be careful because these people around here, I hate it. I don't want, let me not say hate. I don't hate the person, but I hate stealing. I just hate that. Don't steal from me. If you want it bad enough, ask me. Ask me and let me decide if I want to give it to you. 9 times out of 10, I'll give it to you. Don't steal from me. And that's just, Lord have mercy. So that's definitely something here that's different from South Carolina. Not saying that we don't have crime, because we got crime. We got crime. But the crime is on another level. We got like a different type of crime. Atlanta is different, okay? It is different. Yeah, you got the partying and all the little razzle-dazzle and all that stuff, but you got some mess that come along with that too. It's different. It's different. Yeah, it's different. So, you got that stuff going on, all that going on. I'm trying to think, because it was so much stuff. I'm like, do I take notes? Am I gonna, like, do I try to do stuff in separate videos and like talk about everything individually? It was so much stuff going on. It was just so much stuff going on just watching things today. I also saw that Olivia Newton-John passed at 73 years old. So rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John. Prayers go out to her family and friends and all that stuff. But it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. They had another situation where I think it was in Los Angeles. You had 6 people that were killed in a car accident. There was an explosion. And the person that was driving the other car, of course, it seems like those people end up being the ones that survived the accident, right? And the person that was driving the other car was a registered nurse. She was a traveling nurse. And she ran the light or ran the stop sign and barreled into him. And I think it might have been 2 cars that ended up getting hit, but 6 people ended up losing their lives. One of them was a pregnant woman and her boyfriend, and the pregnant woman's infant child. But 6 people total that ended up losing their lives. And then on the other side of town, you got this actress, Anna Hetch, whatever. She just running around, just all types of, I don't want to say crazy, because I think she actually does have some stuff going on. But she just running around town 80, 90 miles per hour in her little mini coupe, just running into stuff, about to run over people. And then she crashes, like drives straight into somebody's house, almost drives all the way through the darn house. The car catches on fire in the house. So now you done got the car caught on fire. Now you done got the house caught on fire. She's literally almost through. Like, the car went almost through the whole house. She was like almost out the back side of the house, like the right back. It was crazy. It was crazy. So again, you got the commentators. They're giving the stories, giving us the 411 about what's going on. They don't know. They hanging over the eye in the sky. Y'all know how it goes. But apparently earlier that day, the lady had went, she's driving around, driving crazy. She had ran into a garage, some apartment garages, and the guy there, security there, tried to get her to get out the car, stop driving. She was like, no, I'm not getting out of the car. He took a picture of her. She had some alcohol in the car with her right there too. But the stuff she was doing, I think she may have been creating a cocktail. So, and it's just my opinion, but I think that was alcohol, but she might have been popping some pills too. She looked like she might be a Zanny person. That's my opinion. So that's alleged. But he's trying to get her to get out the car. She says no. She puts the car in reverse. She backs up. She speeds out. I mean, spinning tires. Skirt, like, for real. Skirt. Getting away from him. He ain't chasing her. He walking. She goes out, leaves there, almost hits somebody. When she leaving there, a person got to jump out the way because she almost, and didn't tap the brakes. Not one time. I mean, did not tap the brakes. So she goes, they got her on all these Ring cameras. Y'all know Ring is serious. Y'all better watch out for those doorbell cameras. That's why I use mine religiously. She's running through, speeding through neighborhoods, and finally one of the houses that she passes by, they catch her. She's going every bit of 80 on this slim little narrow little highway, and you see her zoom past. The thing went so fast that the thing like a go-kart. It didn't even look like a car. It looked like a go-kart to me. And then you can hear her boom. You hear her crash into the house on the Ring camera. You hear her crash into the house. So the person that stays in the house was there, and the lady reported that the car was like less than 2 feet away from missing her. So a neighbor came in and was able to get her out. Couldn't get the other lady out that was driving the car because of the flames and the smoke and all that kind of stuff. But I'm looking at people's responses to it, and you got a lot of people that are saying, and I'm gonna always say pray for people. So that's never a thing, but pray for her, and she's a victim, and they're looking at all this stuff, and I'm sitting up here like, do y'all not realize that this woman almost took the lady out that stayed in the house, the lady and her dog? She almost hit a person coming over there if they wouldn't have got their behinds out the way. You done ran into somebody's garage and almost hit the security guard that was trying to stop her from getting out the car. I'm up here like, what part? Sometimes people get caught up in the celebrity of it all. Y'all do know that, right? Sometimes people do get caught up in the celebrity of it all. Because I'm like, at this point, if she was any old plain Jane, and she got burnt pretty severely, but if she was a little plain Jane, these people would not be concerned about her like that. They would be saying how she need to be locked up, thrown under the jail. They need to throw the key away. They need to do all this stuff. You talking about some reckless endangerment. Like, what the flip? And so it's just like they're, people talking about it like it's just like a little regular accident. Oh, she just bumped into somebody's house. And then, Lord have mercy. So the eye on the sky, the commentator, they're watching, and the commentators, he is sure that she is unalive in this whole thing. But he keeps saying, they keep saying victim, and they keep saying patient. So maybe the person is alive. Maybe that's some hope. So when he sees like the firemen, they're trying to, they got the little truck and they got the boom or whatever on the truck, and they got to pull the car out of the house with the boom, right? So the guy's like, yeah, they finally got the car. He was like, there's no urgency with the guys from the fire department, so the person can't be alive. So he just sitting there going on that, and then they span the camera a little bit, and you see the people actually pulling her out on the other side. It's like, oh, well, I guess I was wrong. They are, So now you see a person coming out in this white sheet. So oh no, this doesn't look good. Like, he's stuck on this person is unalive, okay? So he's like, yeah, we're watching the urgency to see how fast they get her, if they take her to the ambulance or if they take her over here. And he said him, because he thought for sure, he kept saying him. Now, mind you that this young lady is a part of the LGBTQI community, right? So, people probably going to say something about that because you done identified her gender all the way wrong because he kept saying him. And now keep in mind, this is a young lady that was in a relationship when Ellen DeGeneres came out. This was her boo thing. So they actually look alike to me. But so they taking the lady across the road. She's on the stretcher. They got her wrapped in the sheet. They got her wrapped. She's like covered up from head to toe, but it wasn't a body bag. So they had her wrapped in the sheet. So he's looking. He's thinking, oh, she's gone. Y'all. She was laid back on that gurney. All of a sudden, she popped up. I said, oh, Lord. I said, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Let me tell you something. When I tell you that man, y'all, that jump, it was priceless. The situation is not funny, but when she popped up on that gurney, you hear me? Let me tell you, I don't know what those firemen had going through their minds when they were pushing her over to that thing. I don't know if they thought she was gone. I don't know what the feeling was, but she popped straight up on that stretcher. Let me tell you something. I probably would have left that stretcher right where it was. don't know if y'all saw. I might have been the only one that saw it. I might be watching some crazy stuff. But she popped up on that stretcher like somebody like pulled her up. She popped up, and then she started swinging her arms like she was trying to get off. She just, she said, "Let me off." She let me off, let me off. So they had to go and guide her back down, and put her into the ambulance. Um, it was crazy. It was crazy. And the guy was like, "Look, the man's trying to get off the stretcher." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a woman." We didn't know it was a woman then, but yo, it's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. So they ended up taking her to the hospital. Um, she had to go to ICU. I don't know what degree burns she has, but when they took her, she was in critical condition. Now her publicist, they're saying that she is in stable condition now, but she does have some severe burning. Y'all go and check out the video, because that car, and that she was in the house for a long time, because they had to get people on the roof. They had people on the roof trying to put out the fire in the house. They had people on the bottom trying to get the fire out. And even as they were using the truck, the fire truck with the boom trying to pull her out, the car was still catching on fire. Like one part, they thought they had the fire out. The car caught on fire on the right side. And I don't know how in this world, when I tell you, and that's what further makes me believe that she was definitely under the influence, because she didn't feel, at that particular time, she didn't feel all the stuff that was going on. And so when they were saying that she was trying to hop off the gurney, I'm like, no, I think that she might have been unconscious or something. And then, if you're unconscious, or you like in a coma, or, they done knocked you out, it kind of take you a little second or so for you to come to, for you to realize where you at and what's going on. I think that's what the case was with her. But y'all got to go and check that out and look at her pop up on that darn thing. I mean, it was almost like somebody popping up in a casket. You know how they pop up in the movies. Like, I promise y'all, I would have left that thing right where it was at, okay? I mean, pew, I would have been gone. I would have been gone. I would have been gone. So I can laugh about this now, because she was injured, and that's due to her own recklessness, but she didn't injure anybody else. Thank God. And then you have to shout out to the security guard that tried to get her out the car, even though she said no, and tried to run him over. Shout out to him for even trying to intervene, because it seemed like, I don't know what child had going. Y'all, some of these folks got some problems. I'm not saying that we don't have problems, but some of them have problems, because a lot of them are used to doing stuff, and there's a sense of entitlement, and a lot of stuff gets brushed up under the rug. And that's what's been said about her. Like, she's just shown up places and didn't know where she was at, just showing up at people's houses. It was alleged that she walked into somebody's house, went in their bathroom, took a whole shower like she was home. I don't know. So she definitely has some stuff going on with her. So I hope that she gets some help with whatever it is that she has going on. But I also think that she needs to be held accountable for her actions, because she could have hurt somebody other than herself. She could have hurt somebody. So that was another one of the another one of the things going on. So you just got like all kind of stuff just going on, like just in different places, just stuff just popping up. And that's why, again, I say it would behoove all of us to make sure that we are minding our business and taking care of home. Before we take care of anything else, we need to make sure that we got home in order. And not just home, you need to make sure you got your business in order, because tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. So you need to make sure you got your stuff in order. With all this stuff that's happening right now, you need to make sure you got your stuff in order. I felt a little anxiety. I'm thinking about these kids going back to school, because I know some of them are going back to school. I know with anxiety. I know some of their parents are sending them to school with anxiety because of the foolishness. You had the Mall of America last week, or this weekend. Somebody shooting at the Mall of America. I mean, just crazy stuff. Like, why? You had another situation that happened. It was like the last week in July. So last week before last, you had a black woman, a young black woman, got into it with a female. I think it started out with the guy, but she got into it with the female in the bathroom, and she shot her, and the female ended up dying. So one of the people that were at the bar, at the club, whatever you want to call it, um, they followed. When she left, they followed her, and they called the police to let the police know exactly where she was at. And so when she got where she was going, the police was right behind her. And of course, she didn't. She decided that she wanted to take off running. I don't know what it is with all these people taking off running. Lord have mercy. She wanted to take off running. They had a little chase ensued on foot. Lavelle, what's going on? It's a lot going on. There's so much going on. A pursuit. There was a foot chase. They're telling her to stop, put your hands up, whatever. She's cutting through houses, running through people's backyards. And she finally stopped at this building that looked like an old house. 18-wheeler, like right there. So she ran like in between. Cop told her to put her hands up. This chick goes, she still got the gun that she shot the girl with, and she gonna hold the gun up like she about to shoot the cop. Yep, 4 rounds off, just that fast. They lit them up. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, they lit it up. I had to count them things out, child. Yeah. So she was shot. She's still alive. She's in stable condition. But now people are questioning what happened with that situation. Lord. And I'm just thinking while I'm also this morning, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off here, because now that I'm thinking about this stuff, I'm like, it's overwhelming. You had another situation where 2 young guys, they're driving around. Cop says he passes by the car. There's a strong smell of marijuana. When he passes by the car, he busts a Yui, goes back behind them, pulls them over. You got the young guy, the guy that's driving the car, he gets out. They search him, they pat him down or whatever, tell him to stand at the back of the car. He complies. You got another guy that's in the back seat on the other side, on the passenger side of the car. They ask him to step out the car, come around the car. He comes around. He has like the little thing, like the little back thing, backpack that I have when I'm walking. He has one of those on. He let them pat him down a little bit at first, and then they go to turn him around. They tell him to step to the back of the car or something. Anyway, he takes off running. Here we go, another foot chase. He gone. Little thing, too. I mean, he getting it. He crosses over streets, freeways, highway, like, whatever. So they ended up catching him in a store parking lot. And based on the camera, this police department did not have body cams, but they do have dash cams. So they had a car that was following behind them while they were on the foot chase. So when they finally stopped and the cops got the young man in the parking lot, you see them take the guy down, and he's like, he won't. He had that good, whatever he was smoking. But he won't trying to hit. He won't gonna let them take him down. But when he was running, you could see him, like, he kept grabbing the bag. He was like holding on to that bag tight. So they were like, what's the deal with the bag? And so when they were trying to take him down, he's trying to go into the bag. So they're trying to stop him from getting into the bag. Now, in the midst of this, when you look at that video, you see them, I mean, they tagging them. They tagging them. Now, it's not called tag. They have official names for these things whenever they're, doing what they do. But you see them that, they hitting his leg. But then you got another cop that tagged him in the face. He tagged him a couple times in the face. He got some blows. But he still would not. He still kept trying to go in that bag. He was not giving it up. So finally, another cop came up. Some more cops came up. And the last of the cops that came up, while the other ones were still trying to subdue him, he still would not give up. So the last cop came and he tased him. I mean, a tight tase, straight in the back. And once they tased him, then they were able to pull his arm out from the bag. And when they rolled him over and got his arm out and the bag out, sure enough, he was reaching for a gun. So people are upset about that, because you look at the boy's face, he got hemmed up. And I don't know if he was either 16 or 17. And so people are upset about that. I want to get you guys' take on that before I get off here. I got about 10 more minutes because I'm not doing over an hour. I want to get you guys' take on that. Um, what you think. My thinking's probably going to be a little bit different just because of y'all know what the situation is. But um, at what point, like, is anybody having, I mean, I know I talk to kids about even having relationships with law enforcement and doing different things. And like, is anybody having any conversations? Because to me, I'm like, this young man was lucky that he, after all this stuff, that he is still alive. The way that stuff is going right now, like that's the thought that I have. I'm like, ugh, the stuff that we're dealing with right now. So I'm just, it was story after story, and all this stuff was recent. Like the stuff was just happening, and I'm sitting up here and I'm like, boy, where you going? We know you did. He was not supposed to have the gun, and he was not supposed to have the marijuana because he was too young. Okay, but worst case scenario in this situation, you would have been going to DJ, which he going anyway. But you gonna be dealing with DJJ, Department of Juvenile Justice. Okay, you just deal with that. Don't. You see the other boy, he was older. He had enough sense to stay where he was at. And even when they were all running, he just stood there like, what am I supposed to do? I'm just gonna stay here and chill. And like he didn't make a move. He was like, whatever. So I don't know. Lisa, I agree with that. I think they need to learn. They definitely need to learn their rights. And I feel like they need to understand how to handle certain situations, to try to do whatever they can. Not saying that they can always stop something, but to try to do whatever they can to try to prevent a situation from going in another direction. Now, if somebody else chooses to take it in another direction, like that's on them. But whatever part you can do, because it's certain things that you do, like you leaving the door open for certain things to happen. And I'm glad that this didn't go to that extent, because with him sitting there and reaching for a gun, I'm like, even the female, like, why would you go and hold a gun up at, like, why? And I actually think one of the main reasons why the female is still here right now, and this a grown woman now, is because it was dark. It was dark. So they were shooting, they shot at her, but I think that and maybe they weren't trying to, take her out. They just wanted to, just subdue her or whatever. But I'm like, we need to have some kind of conversations. I mean, grown folks, they know. If grown folks decide to make a decision, they make whatever decision that they make. But we definitely got to talk to these young folks, because like all the way around, people are not playing. And you don't know what somebody's mindset is and what they got going on. And if they feel like today is your lucky day, like, or today is their lucky day, they're going to find, like, you don't know what what their state of mind is at any particular time. So I'm like, whatever you can do to try to avoid, some situations from happening, at least try to do your part. So if something else happens, then at least, like, nobody can say, oh, well, they were resisting, or they were doing this, or they were doing that. Because somebody going to catch it on camera. Everything on camera now. So I'm just like, oh, Lord, it's so much. It's so much. Lord have mercy. But, so yeah, I think that's a major thing. I do think people in general need to learn their rights. We have to have those conversations with our kids and loved ones, teach them how to conduct themselves when stopped for any reason. We always taught them it's worse now because they don't value life. And that's, Lavelle, I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it. Some of the conversations that I have, and I told you guys about one of my little cousins some months ago with some stuff that he was involved in. It's like some of the, and not speaking, because I love my young folks. That's why I work with them. But it's like some of them don't realize that this stuff is real life. Even with the guns and stuff. I'm like, y'all realize that if y'all shoot somebody and they died, it's not like the cartoons. It's not like the road runner and all, like, they're not getting back up. When they gone, they're gone. Y'all do realize that, right? Because, I mean, just, you get just, Lord have mercy. You got to protect yourself, you know? And I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I know, but I don't know. It's just a lot. But just today, I was so overwhelmed with all the stuff that I was seeing. And I'm like, what now? What now? Y'all got so bad. I said, look, let me stop watching this stuff. I got like I might sound a little crazy, but I like watching the little videos where they do like the podiatry videos and they working on people's feet and stuff like that. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I had an ingrown toenail when I was in college, so I've been like kind of fascinated. Like ever since I had got that removed when I was in school, I've been kind of fascinated with that. So I'm like, I saw on TikTok that they had some channels on there, so they was like, follow my YouTube channel. So now I've been watching stuff on YouTube, so I had to jump over there. And I'm like, I got to go and watch some old grimy stuff to get some relief from this other grimy stuff. I might have to go talk to somebody. I don't know. But that's what happened. I'm like sitting here watching people getting their toenails cut and stuff to try to get some relief from all the other stuff that's going on. Lord help me. Jesus. But that's because it's too much right now. It's too much. But anyway, this is what is going on. Y'all look out for your little man. For those of y'all, that